Hello and welcome to Go for Games, where I go for great games, bring them back to share so that you can decide if they've earned a spot on your tabletop. My name's Lane LeBaron, and I think I have one of those games for you today, which is called Skull King. Skull King is a fantastic game, and it's one that's so easy to get to the table. That's because it appeals to all different types of board gamers. Casual, competitive, cooperative, young, old. Everyone that I've played with has really enjoyed the game, and I believe that you will like it too. It's short, takes less than an hour. It's easy to understand. You can explain in about 10, 15 minutes, and you can learn it as you go. It has some great game mechanics that I believe really propels and makes it shine in the market today. And we'll talk about some of those today as we go through this video. Skull King is a trick-taking card game, and for those that have played that, it'll be really easy to pick up. Some of these games that would be like it would be Spades, Trump, Eclair, Wizard, and others. And they all have the same basic mechanic where you bid on the amount of tricks that you believe that you will win in a round. And if you get it right, then you will gain points. And if you get it wrong, then you will lose points. And Skull King's no different. It goes over 10 rounds, and as the rounds progress, you'll end up gaining more cards. So in round one, every player will gain one card. And they'll look at that card and they'll say, do I think I'll win? Which means, do I have a really high card? And if I do, is it higher than everyone else? And if I believe it is, I would bid one. And if I got it right, I would gain points. If I got it wrong, I would lose points. And vice versa, you could bid zero as well, and it would be the same way. And then as the rounds progress, so in round 3, you'd gain 3 cards, and in round 10, you'd have 10 cards. So, which brings me to my first game mechanic. This game has progressive learning, and it gets harder as time goes on, and you learn more and more of the rules, and becomes more risky as time goes on as well. And so in round 1, it doesn't really hurt you to not get it right. But in round 10, you really want to get it right because a lot of points are on the table. Which brings me to my second mechanic. This game has a high risk, high return. And how you can kind of figure out how that works is how the scoring works in this game. Basically, in this game, you gain 20 points for every trick that you had guessed as long as you get it right. So if I was in round 5 and I bid 3 and I got it, 3 cards, 3 tricks, then I would gain 20, 40, 60 points. If I got it wrong though, then I'd lose 10 points for every one that I'm off. So if I bid 3 and got 2, I'd be 10, or 4, 10. If I got 1, then I'd be a negative 20 because it's 2 away. Or if I had like 5, same thing, negative 20. Where it differs is on 0, it's more of a high risk, high return, and it doesn't apply to the same thing when you bid 1 or higher. It's an all or nothing type of thing. You basically saying, I'm not going to win any of these rounds, and if I get it, then I will get 10 points times the amount of the round. So if I'm on round 5, like the example, 10 times 5, I would gain 50 points. But if I get it wrong and I get one card, at least one card, then I would lose 50 points. So high risk, high return, especially in those late rounds. No matter how you bid, you're going to have a lot more risk, but also a potential a lot more reward. So you're never out of it. You're able to always catch up. Even if you bid bad at the beginning, you can bid good at the end and win the game. So I love that. The third mechanic that I believe really makes it shine is that even though it has high risk, high return in the game, it also has a factor where you can be cooperative or competitive or more like a pirate. That's because you know how many bids everyone bid at the beginning of the round, because they'll go 1, 2, 3, shoot, and everyone will pick a bid, and you'll count that up. And if it equals the round, say, so like on round 5, if it all equals 5, then you're all going to be competitive because you all want to get your bid. But if it's off a little bit, then you might want to mess somebody else up to try and make sure you get the bid, or maybe give them more than what they wanted, especially the one that's winning. You kind of want to mess them over so that you can get that competitive advantage and win. So it feels very piratey. As you get to know me, I love those type of games. I love pirate games where I can kind of mess with people. But you got to be careful. You don't want to piss anyone off, and you want to have a good time as well. The last thing that I really love are some cards have points on them as well. The 14s, which are the highest cards, unless you start getting trump cards like a Skull King or a Mermaid or a Pirate, and you'll learn what those mean as you learn the rule books. They have extra points on them. And if you win that and you get your bid of tricks, you'll end up having extra points for that. That's just a fun risk factor. I believe it really adds a lot of flavor to the game, and there's a lot of mods extra to the game to really work on those that are really competitive or want an extra flavor later on in the game. Some that I've really enjoyed have been giving the extra factors to the pirates, or adding more people to the mix. Like in this game, it recommends up to 6 players, but you can also add an extra card hand to it and play with 12. And it's fantastic. It's a great game. You can have a lot of players, and I really think that you'll really like this game. Give it a chance. If you like this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe and comment below. And I'm excited to spend a lot of time with you in the future going over other board games, and we will see you online. Happy gaming, everyone, and have a great day.